Ann.
Hi, Nora. You know, I'm sorry to come by so late, but I got beat by the guys at the station. They said Bo wants to see me.
Come on in.
Hey, it's really good to see you at home.
Thanks. Andy.
I didn't expect to see you entertaining so soon after your hospital parole. I certainly didn't expect you'd be awake at this hour.
Well, certainly wasn't my plan for the evening.
Hank came by to tell me that there's been a break in the case, Andy.
Hester's murder?
Yeah.
Great.
Our divers found a gun in the river. It was right around the boat, revolver. So now we're waiting for ballistics to confirm that it was the murder weapon.
A 38?
Police issue. It's your gun, Andy.
Ma'am, store's closing. You'll need to get down to the main floor exit.
But I just got here. No, I mean, I'm a reporter for the Banner, and I got a message about a breaking story.
Embedding?
Patricia, I know what this is about. I'll handle it, thanks.
Did you
Great.
call me in with a tip?
Well, it's not exactly a tip, but...
Wait a minute. I know you, don't I?
Yeah? Yeah, you sure do.
You know, I have a bit of a confession to make.
What?
You, made kind of a hot business exec.
Oh, please.
No, really, you did. I mean, of course, I prefer my Kelly Kramer face of Melodose, but there was something about your Cameron that was... there's all that talk about mergers and bottom lines and crunching numbers. Take charge and...
Well, it was just a very good thing that the real Cameron Wallace bought. Okay, what is her
Olivia?
name? Yes,
Yeah.
her. You know, you should have seen the look on her face. Yeah, I don't understand why Cord didn't expose her right then and there. You know, it just didn't make sense.
Because he wants to find out who's behind Cameron's sabotage. He wants to know who has it in for
please.
Buchanan Enterprises.
Okay, look, you're going to get into the Doreen stuff again. No matter what you or Cord or the whole rest of your family think, she is not behind Cameron. What is her real name?
Hey, do we care? Do we really care deep down? Does it really matter?
So do you really think I'm a sexy Wall Street shark?
Oh, very.
A little kinky, don't you think?
Define kinky.
Okay, I'll do that. Hang on.
Wait.
Cameron, I really appreciate you working so late tonight, especially given the fact that you went home with a migraine yesterday. Well, I don't need to tell you how important this deal is for Buchanan Enterprises. This is make it or break it time. If this deal goes through, we got a chance of bouncing back. If not, well, I don't even want to go there. Gee, I don't even know why that last deal fell apart the way it did.
Well, these are the latest figures. You'll need them.
Thanks. I'll tell you what. The sun should just about be rising in the land of the rising sun. I'm going to fax these figures out, and if all goes well, we could have a done deal by the time that the sun rises on this part of the globe. Excuse me.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Please, Dorian, be home, be home, be home. Oh, come on. Damn it, Dorian, where are you? Oh, God, we are in big trouble. Thanks.
I know how upsetting this must be for you.
My service weapon. Should never have left my possession.
Well, it's a little hard to keep control of your gun when you've been knocked unconscious.
Yeah, well, it's obvious that Hester took my gun after he knocked me out.
Possibly. I doubt that Carlo used it, though, to shoot himself in the head, now with the point of entry right in the middle of his forehead, so... So either someone took it from Carlo later or somebody took it from you earlier. So the question is, if Carlo didn't take it from you, who else could have?
Well, it was Vega who found her.
Antonio didn't take my gun.
No. All we're talking about here is who might have had access to it.
Look, you guys, I was out cold for a while. Nobody even knows for sure how long it was before Antonio found me. And then Carlotta showed up.
How soon?
How soon before Carlotta showed up? I don't know, not long. Look, the point is, at some point between the time that Carlo knocked me out and Antonio found me, anybody could have taken my gun.
Yeah, well, that is true in theory, but you were in a private apartment. And we know for a fact that the people who were there during the relevant period of time were you, Carlotta, Carlo Hester, and Antonio.
Joseph?
Kelly.
Don't call me Kelly. Call me Queen Camarilla, ruler of the Wall Street jungle.
My mistake.
Don't speak.
I'm just...
Don't speak. You're from the mailroom, aren't you?
Okay, but we're not alone.
You're shy. I know, that's very sweet. I also know that your cousin Drew is a very sound sleeper and your brother Kevin is in Texas. We are, for all intents and purposes, alone. You no doubt are in shock that the CEO of Wall Street Jungle International has arrived here in your humble abode. But I can't resist you. I've seen you deliver the mail.
Oh,
And I would like some of that mail for myself.
but there's somebody in the...
What you see is completely irrelevant to me. There is no use to struggle, mail boy.
Well, don't mind me. I'll just stand and watch.
Hello? Dorian, thank God you're home, thank God. Listen, you're not going to believe this. We have a big problem.
Well, why don't you just handle it? I've got a problem myself. I just got home and I found my niece Blair in a terrible state. So I've talked her into getting into a nice hot tub.
No, Dorian. Dorian, Cameron Wallace is in Landview.
I thought you might say that.
She's staying at the Palace Hotel.
Why on earth?
I have no idea. The timing couldn't be worse. This Japanese deal, the new deal that Core's been working so hard on, is supposed to go through. Or not, tonight.
All right, I get the picture. Fine, you stay at BE and you crush that deal. And I will take care of the real Miss Wallace.
I gotta go. Core's coming. You were the one a few Christmases back who rescued Andrew and... well, he's my husband. And me when we were accidentally trapped in here, right?
Yeah. You know, I never was too sure whether you were happy to see me or not. You two look pretty cozy in there.
Yes, but it would have been pretty awkward in the morning when the shoppers started streaming in. So you've been well?
Yeah, I can't complain.
Were you the one who called me with this tip for the banner?
No, a friend of mine came to me with some information. And since he's been reading your articles, I figured you ought to be the one who covers the story. You know, I figured it could be a big deal to you.
Well, that's great. What's the story?
I tell you what, you wait right here, and you'll hear from my friend shortly, okay?
Okay.
And don't worry if the lights and the music go off, all right? The place is shutting down soon. All right, I'll be downstairs if you need me. All right?
Okay.
Although I'm pretty sure you won't.
When did you tell your stupid brother was home?
Stupid?
Tried.
stupid.
But listen to the record. I'd like to state that I did not know he was coming home tonight.
Hey, guys, don't worry about me. Just, continue, whatever, just keep going. And Joey, don't worry. I won't tell Kelly that you're getting a little on the side from this major look at Wall Street, babe.
You're not helping any here, buddy.
Because I'm stupid,
No,
right?
I did not mean to call you stupid. It's just, you know, you weren't supposed to see this.
Did you think I was really a high-powered executive?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
See? I knew I could pull it off. Cord showed me a few tricks.
Cord?
Yes.
I thought Cord was a little, too buttoned down and conventional for a threesome, but I guess...
Kevin, we're not having a threesome.
I just dressed like this because Cord wanted me to.
At least she's upfront about it.
It's like, no.
I was just arranging for a case of champagne to be delivered here tomorrow.
Wow, you sound very optimistic about this deal happening.
Well, I don't see how it can fail.
Well, I'd rather not jinx ourselves by counting our chickens before they're hatched. Let's not celebrate before we know this deal is going to happen. You remember what happened last time. Then again, this is a different company, so we'll see. But in the meantime, maybe I can take you out for dinner. Go over to the palace, you know, get something to drink, something to eat. You put in a long, hard day. I think you deserve it. Besides, I haven't taken my eyes off you all day.
Well, thank you, but I am really beat. I just want to get home to my bed and just crash. Besides, we are going to have a lot of work to do tomorrow once that deal gets inked.
Hey, I hope you're right about that.
I am.
Good. Oh, I got it. Hello. Yeah, Cord Roberts. Yeah, hold on one second. It's for me. Listen, you go ahead. If you're tired, you go home, get some sleep. You earned it.
Oh, okay, well, thanks for understanding.
Great.
Good night.
Good night. Hey, Renee, what's up?
Darling, I'm not real clear what I should do here. A woman left a message for Cameron Wallace to meet her here at the restaurant tonight. But you and I both know that our Cameron, by which I mean Kelly, is not really staying here. What do you want me to do?
Don't worry about it. I can handle that, all right?
Cordero, could you bring me up to date here, darling?
Yes, I will. I'm sorry, I just don't have the time to do it right now.
All right, but I won't forget.
I won't forget either. You're the best, Renee.
Just so you know.
All right. Bye, thanks. Ordering a case of champagne, my foot. I know exactly what you're doing, Cameron. You're running over to the palace so you can meet with the real Cameron Wallace. So she doesn't blow your cover. Fine. All right. Hey, Joey, how you doing? It's Cord.
Yo, brother. What are you doing, man?
Is that Cord?
Hey, tell him to come on over here real quick. He's gonna miss all the fun.
You guys, relax. I'm on the phone, okay? Sorry, Cord. Bit of a zoo over here.
Look, I know it's late, but I need Kelly to make a return appearance as Cameron Wallace.
Kelly, can I talk to you for a minute?
You know, Hank, you're awful quick to point the finger at Antonio. He put his life on the line working undercover for the Lambview PD, and now you just can't wait to pin this on him.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Who told you that Antonio was working undercover for us?
I might have left something out of our conversations. I did. But I'll explain later. I think Hank was just going through the facts. Weren't you, Hank?
I'm just saying, consider the circumstances. Antonio finds his girlfriend beaten up by Carlo.
He knocked me out. He didn't beat me up.
And then he sees Bo shot by Carlo's thug.
Okay. Nobody can place Antonio at the boat at any time. At any time, Hank. So why don't we just move on?
All right, look, there were a lot of people that threatened Carlo that night, you know, and you add that to the thousands that he must have accumulated over the past 4 decades, all of which wanted to probably kill him.
Todd threatened Carlo, and he's been doing backflips to try and make it look like Patrick did it.
Yeah, well, Todd is still my favorite suspect. Well, right now, anyway. And I'm not ruling out anybody, including Antonio.
Okay, we're not ruling anybody out, okay? There you go. No ruling out at all.
Buchanan? Yeah? You sure? Okay, thank you. Heard back from ballistics. I'm sorry, Andy, but it was definitely your weapon that killed Carlo.
Great. Look, do you need me around here anymore tonight, Bob?
No. Why don't you go get some sleep?
All right.
Andy, don't sweat it, all right? It's not your fault.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks. Somehow that just doesn't really make me feel better. Night.
All right. Yeah.
Unbelievable. So, your ethereal little wood nymph isn't a corporate raider called Cameron Wallace. She's actually some spy pretending to be Cameron Wallace? Who's she doing this little industrial espionage for?
Dorian.
You're kidding.
Well, we don't know for a fact, but Cord is pretty certain.
And Kelly's helping the two of you?
With the understanding that she's doing it to prove that we are wrong. She's completely nuts about defending Dorian.
Yeah, well, she didn't seem too keen about taking the show on the road again.
Yeah, and you weren't helping her any by saying she'd do fine as long as she kept in the dark corner.
You know, this spy sounds pretty intriguing. Good looking and sexy. Do you think you could, introduce me and get me a snapshot or something like that?
Excuse me, does this mean I can't believe what I read in the papers?
Well?
Well, aren't you only after the, preacher's wife?
You know, that was really a low blow. And no, you can't believe everything you read in the newspapers, especially when it's your dear old Uncle Todd's newspaper.
Granted. So, what's the real story between you and Cassie?
Well, it is definitely darker out here.
You can say that again.
It is also a heck of a lot colder.
Well, listen, I don't care. Just as long as Cord gets here before Miss Cameron does and figures out who I really am.
But, darling, this is really extreme. You have to stay out here in Siberia?
No, I don't know anything about bottom lines. I can't hold a business conversation by myself.
Whoever she really is will do all the talking. All you have to do is listen.
You never know. Look, I'm going to sit right here in the Arctic.
All right, well, look, maybe this will keep you warm, and meanwhile, I will bring you a nice hot pot of tea.
Thank you.
Good evening, Miss Lord. Will you be joining someone?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I'm meeting a Miss Wallace.
She was just seated on the terrace a moment ago.
On the terrace? Was she wearing thermal underwear?
Andrew, I can't believe you've done all this.
Well, it was nothing, really.
I don't know what to say.
Well, that's kind of the beauty of it. You don't have to say anything. I, on the other hand, have something that I have to say. It's okay, really, honey.
Okay.
It's fine. Just relax here. Take your coat off. Good. Sit back. Lean against the pillows. Take the shoes off. Give you a foot massage, okay? All right, now listen to me. Take a look around here. Okay? All right. This is pretty nice, isn't it?
It's perfect.
Okay. I've been doing a lot of thinking about us lately. Even more than I usually do, if you can believe that. And a lot of thinking about the way that I've been acting.
Well, given the circumstances, I wouldn't call it unreasonable.
I was upset and angry and...
Andrew, I'm sorry.
Don't apologize.
Andrew.
I could have stopped everything that happened.
It's a pretty bad blow when your wife's attracted to another man. That's true. But I've been thinking a lot about that feeling because I felt more than bad. I felt real bad. I felt, I don't know.
Andrew? Is there something you've got to tell me?
No. That's not what I want to say. What I want to say is that there was something in my reaction that was dishonest.
What do you mean?
Things like that don't happen in a marriage out of nowhere. And I see that I was partly responsible. For one thing, I have not respected your career.
You tried.
No, I haven't. You know what I've done? I've given a lot of lip service to you about respecting your career, but I haven't really respected your love of the work and your passion for that job. Not the way that I expect you to respect my work.
Well, I think maybe that's a little more honesty than I want.
You want it. Believe me, it's worth it.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Kathy, I haven't told you or shown you near enough what I know to be certain in my heart. I love you. I'm always going to love you. There's nothing that's more important in the world to me than knowing that you and I are going to spend the rest of our lives together. That's more important than a parish in Chicago or becoming bishop or I don't know, becoming president of the United States.
Sweetheart, just because you also play saxophone doesn't mean you get to be president.
I'm trying to make a point here, all right? All right. So, in light of our spending the rest of our mortal days together, I tried to think of something that would remind us of what it was like those first days that we were together. You remember, like here?
Refresh my memory.
It was thrilling, and it was electric, and, I mean, not because it was erotic or titillating.
Oh, well, thank you.
No. It was those things and more, but for me, the reason that it was thrilling was because I felt so at home with you. Honey, I never thought that I'd feel that way with anybody. I mean, at least not on this earth, and I was so happy to be proven wrong. So, was it good for you, too? Okay, here, I want a toast. I need a toast. Okay, here's the toast. This is a toast to us and to what brought us together. To what made us commit to each other, for better, for worse, in sickness or in health. As long as we both shall live. To you.
Miss Wallace?
Yes?
Oh, my. You know, I cannot fathom why in the world you would want to be outside in this freezing cold, but, oh, chacun son goût. I'm sure that you were surprised to get a telephone call from someone here in Landview who knew about your business reputation. And I, of course, was surprised that you were here in town at all. I became a bit curious. So, are you here looking into a position with a local company, or has some other business brought you to Landview?
Somebody in this town is using my name.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. I know all about it. In fact, Ms. Wallace, I'm involved with the local authorities in exposing the fraud.
Really?
Yes, really. Now, it is essential that you do nothing to compromise this thing at this crucial time. It's imperative, Miss Wallace, that you leave town just as soon as possible. I will keep you apprised of the outcome. Look, may I call you Cameron? Of course. Cameron, you're going to get laryngitis. I'm going to get walking pneumonia if I don't just cut to the chase here. It will certainly compromise your best interest in the long run if you stayed in town. Do you get my meaning?
How could you do this to me? Aunt Dorian, how could you do this?
I like Cassie.
Me too.
I mean, she's a fantastic reporter. She's very competitive, which makes me work a whole lot harder. I mean, that's fantastic. It keeps my edge honed, you know?
Yeah.
And she's bright and talented and sexy as all hell and gorgeous and...
Married.
I know! Married. I was just kidding around. That was it. You know? I was just doing a little harmless flirting, that's all. It wasn't meant to mean anything. I didn't mean it to mean anything. I don't know, man. I don't know, just... All I know is that things definitely got out of hand.
And now?
Now I went down to Texas and visited my son for a while.
Good. He must be huge. How
Oh, Joe, he's gigantic. You should see him. And he's so confident. Leanne has him in this new nursery school. 3 days a week, he already knows all his colors. The guy's a genius, just like his dad.
Oh, good. You got that going for you.
Yeah. But then I get back on the plane, and whose beautiful face keeps popping back into my head? I'm telling you, I just have to back off. Find somebody else new. Yes.
Sounds like a plan to me.
I mean, I can't be screwing around with their marriage. Cassie's my friend. Andrew's family. And, you know, I like the guy.
So you're just gonna move on?
Nothing else to do. I'll tell you, bro. Before I left, I really messed things up.
No, hey, no. Yeah. Yeah, I love you, but yeah.
You know, the only problem is that I still don't know how to fix things or get over her.
Man, oh man, what I wouldn't give to prove that Manning was behind this Zeus guy implicating Thornhart.
Well, even if we can discredit Zeus Zelenko, Patrick's still not out of the woods, Hank.
Yeah, I know, but that's not what we need to expend our energies, you know?
That's true. All right, here's the way I see it. Todd and Blair had a world-class fight because Carlo told Blair the truth about Starr's kidnapping.
Right. That Todd was the one who did it.
Yeah, and there's a whole other legal issue there, Hank.
Well, you know, I wanted to charge Manning with kidnapping, or at least reckless endangerment, but I really like to nail this guy on murder one.
Yeah. So, Todd attacks Carlo in the ballroom, and only about half the Landview's there to witness that.
Yeah, right. RJ and I, we pry him off.
Yeah, so Todd's still steaming. So he finds the circuit breakers.
Yeah, because he's the one who rents the boat, so he would know where everything was.
Yeah, he kills the light, he gets Carlo alone, and Carlo pulls Andy's gun.
Right. The one that Carlo took from Andy at Vega's apartment. Here, have some.
Yeah. So, Todd gets the gun away from Carlo. He pops Carlo right in the head. Then he throws the body and the gun over the rail into the bay. What do you think of that?
Well, considering how I came up with the same scenario earlier today, well, Bo, I'd say it's a damn brilliant one.
Wonderful. You're both just so brilliant. Bo, don't you think it's time for you to go to bed?
I still keep wondering, though, what was Carlo intending to do when he went to Antonio's apartment and Andy caught him there? Why did he take Andy's gun?
Yeah. And, you know, that's what I was thinking.
Hank,
I mean, what if...
Isn't it past your bedtime?
My what?
Bedtime. Bedtime.
Oh, yeah, bedtime. You know, Bo, man, I'm so tired. I haven't slept since 1922. I really got to go. You want some candy?
Subtle, Cannon. Very subtle.
Cord.
Hey, Nora, how you doing? I'm sorry to come by so late. I just called Hank's office. They told me I could find him over here.
Come on in.
Hey, buddy. Oh, hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, Cord? You're not here to borrow a cup of sugar.
I need to have somebody arrested.
I don't believe you've done this. You don't believe it? Perhaps you'd like to explain to me exactly what's going on here. Why don't you tell me? Fine. It's just business.
On Dorian, I swore up and down to Cord and Joey that you in no way had anything to do with this Cameron Wallace person, whoever she is. That what she was doing to Buchanan Enterprises had nothing to do with you. What am I supposed to tell them now?
Oh, so it was Cord who's behind this ridiculous charade. I'll tell you what you can tell him. Tell him nothing.
How can I do that?
Kelly, if you tell anybody that I was involved with this, honey, I could go to jail.
Maybe you should go to jail.
What?
I'm not going to cry on this one. I'm not going to.
Good. Don't cry. Don't cry.
Why should I not cry? You have done something horrible.
Oh, please. All I did was try and use just a little bit of deception to try and get some justice. Is that so horrible?
Justice? For what?
I'm sorry, are you completely forgetting what Cord and Vicky did to me? Excuse me, they absolutely disgraced me. They stopped the publication of my book, thereby depriving me of any chance of critical acclaim, stature, millions of dollars that the book might have earned.
Okay, so let me get this right. So you hire some disgusting little spy to sneak into Cord's company and try to ruin it?
Oh, but Kelly, honey, I did not do this just for me. I did this for our family. I did it for you. I did it for your dear mother, who I take care of at great expense, and for Cassie, and for Blair, and for Little Star. You may think that the Buchanans are the creme de la creme of this town. Well, they're not. And they have deserved every last thing that I have thrown at them, and more. Fine. Okay, it's over now. Cord, his little pea brain has labored and labored, and he came up with 1 and 1 makes 2. Fine. I wasn't planning to really do anything more. I've already done all of the damage that I intended. Since when did you ever stop short of total annihilation? Nonsense. Kelly, if you say anything to anyone about this, I'll be in big trouble. I think we call it industrial espionage. It's a major felony. And you could be hurt, too. Me? How do you figure? Me, Melidor, you. Honey, we could all go down the drain together. It would be an end to your modeling career. Promise me, don't ever think about going brunette. Think about Blair. She's a wreck right now. She needs me. It's obvious for that and many other reasons you cannot say anything to anybody about my involvement. Come on, Kelly. Promise me that you won't say anything.
Andrew, I think
Maybe this is the sweetest thing you've ever done for me.
So far. To tell you the truth, I did it for both of us.
I thought you were so angry. The way we've been avoiding each other.
I know. But I can't stay angry at you. I can't. God, I love you. I love you so much. I can't deprive myself of you that way. Did you know that I was nervous about this? I didn't know if you would even consider it a romantic evening with your husband.
Why would you think that? Andrew, I remember that night at Logan's. It was wonderful. Easily as wonderful as tonight.
I guess we should go home.
Not so fast.
You know, Cord's right, and Dorian is involved in all of this. It just proves once more how psychotic she is about hurting Vicky or anybody else who gets in her way. She's amazing. It's just too bad we can't harness all that power and put it to some good use.
You know, she's not so amazing.
She's not?
No. You're amazing.
Well, shucks, honey.
I mean, how many times does a guy stop a bullet and then the day he gets out of the hospital, start talking about going back to work?
I am going back to work.
We'll see.
Oh? When will we see?
We will see soon.
Well, I don't know how soon. It's not going to be...
Soon enough.
Well, not tonight. No. Just tonight. Think about that. All I want to think about is getting a little more mothering.
Well, that's not too bad, Mr. Buchanan, because that mothering wasn't exactly what I had on the agenda for you.
No, she just showed up. This is her. Yeah, I'll call you back later. What happened? Cord got word when you didn't show up at the palace.
Nothing happened. It was a waste of time.
What?
A total waste of time.
You look, Cameron didn't catch on. You look cold.
Ooh.
Something had to happen, Kelly.
I waited at the terrace in the freezing cold, and nobody showed up.
Well, we're going to have to tell Cord.
Whew! Look, I'm freezing. Could you please come over here and keep me warm?
Oh, sure, of course. I'm sorry. Come here. Ooh. Ooh, you are cold.
See for yourself, no one's here. But I just got on shift a little while ago, and Mrs. Buchanan may know more. Would you like me to ring her suite?
No, he doesn't need to bother Renee with this.
No, that's not necessary, thanks. So, where does this imposter live?
That old cottage out in the Jory Woods.
Well, look, if you want, we can have a radio car come by tonight.
No. Let's let her enjoy one more night of freedom. We'll pick her up first thing in the morning, right before she reports for work.
It's all right, Rod. She can come in. Come.
I realize it's probably not a good idea for me to be here, but I thought you should know. It's done. By tomorrow morning, the Japanese deal and BE stocks will be finished.
So it went well.
Yes. Cord doesn't have a clue. Dorian, it's all turning out exactly the way that you wanted it to.
Really? Well, think again.